Good morning, Bird Brains, and today is the day one of the Harley build series. I am so excited to get this started. Basically what we're going to get accomplished today is we're going to start removing parts off of the bike. While we do that, we're going to go ahead and test fit for the tank lift, just to make sure that everything clears. That way, if we don't have clearance, we'll have time to get parts ordered, modify parts, change plans, etc. Also, before we can get an actual test fit, we're going to need to do the coil and ignition relocation. The reason for that is because it's going to relocate some of the wires as well as some of the brackets. That way we know that all the parts are going to be where they're at the end of the build. That way our test fit is accurate. All right, enough of me blabbering. Let's go ahead and get this bike moved and start getting to work. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the tank lift first. The reason I'm doing this is because I would rather be doing this with a tank that's already gonna get painted. That way, in case anything doesn't clear and there gets a scratch, it's getting painted anyways. Should be a pretty simple job, but I don't know what I'm doing, so let's get started. It's always important when you take off a bolt to make sure you drop it and kick it, that way you don't know where it is. And here it is with the tank lift done, and everything clears by a mile, so I don't even know what I was worried about. What I was really worried about is I was afraid that this part, I didn't realize that this came so much further back. I thought it came straight up and that's where I was going to hit that, but no issues. Everything cleared. So now I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out the wires to get the wire tuck done. Alright, so you might have seen just a blur of images there. This camera card got full and that's the only one I have. So what we did was we took the tank off and we're unclipping the clips to this plastic guard. You don't have to take the tank off if you're doing this yourself, but since we're taking the tank off anyways, it's easier just to get it out of the way. Run the wires over, get those hooked up, and then we'll just set the tank back down. We don't have to hook it up completely just to make sure we've got clearance and stuff like that. Alright, so now we're going to be focusing on relocating the ignition. I read the instructions from DK Customs and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just going to start putting it places and hopefully it works. So we ran into some problems with the ignition relocation. We're going to have to hold off on that until we reconnect the tank and put this primary box or something like that. I don't know where all the wires and stuff go to. We'll have to put that on first before we bolt that down, because with that being there, we don't have the We don't have the space to get that back on there. No big deal. That can wait. So now we're gonna move on to the coil relocation. Alright, so the last cables we need to move over are these, but to get to this we're going to have to take off this cover, which is okay because this is coming off anyways. Alright guys, so this is how she sits at the end of day one. We got the coil relocation done with the new wires, which looks pretty dope. Ignition down there, didn't get that finished because we're gonna have to wait until we remount the tank and hook up the fuel pump before we do that. The other side, we got the air cleaner disconnected, ready to put the new one on. All the wires have been reconnected and put over. We're just waiting to wrap them before we put the tank back on, check for clearance, and then take the tank back off again for the third time. So that's all for day one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. It really does help the channel out. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. I will be releasing at least one video a week of this Harley build series until the bike is completely done. And then once it is done, I release at least one video a week all year round. As always, all parts that are being put on the bike and are already on the bike are going to be down in links in the description below, so go check those out. Also, there is a separate playlist for this specific build series, so if you're watching this video in the future, go ahead and click onto the channel, into the playlist. It'll have all the episodes in order from start to finish. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.